All right, so Monday, the day after Palm Sunday, was this day where Jesus comes back to Jerusalem and he heads straight into the temple. And it says that he went in there and he was flipping tables and chairs and he was clearing the temple out. And they referred to a prophecy where it says, Zeal for your house would consume me. And Jesus went in there and he's really cleansing was what we call he's cleansing the temple, because at this time they had taken this place that was meant for prayer and worship for the Gentiles, for people from all around the world to draw near to the God of Israel, and they took it and they turned it into a marketplace. Not just a marketplace where they were really taking advantage of people's desire to worship God, and they were stealing from them. They were mistreating them. And so not only were they putting a stumbling block and a hurdle before others when it came to worshiping and praying to God, but even to their own people, to the Israelites and others that were there trying to worship, they were taking advantage of them and mistreating them and abusing them financially. And so Jesus comes in with this zeal for the house of God, and he declares to them that my house was meant to be a house of prayer, but you have turned it into a den of thieves. And so when we look at this, we see, this almost Jesus acting in this way of cleansing, a purifying fire, so to speak, and he's purifying and cleansing the temple of the wrongdoing, of the mistreatment, of the injustice, of the robbery, of the stumbling block and the hurdles placed before others, and taking advantage of others' desire to worship God and corrupting worship, corrupting it, and corrupting the house of God. And so when we look at that within our own lives, we don't go to a temple, as in Jerusalem. We may gather in homes and gather in places of worship, but scripture also says that we are God's temple. And what would it look like for God to cleanse this temple? What would it look like for him to cleanse us, right? What would it look like to see that happen?